Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hey, what is up, guys? Horror Nights Fan 13 here, and today, in this video, I'm going over my thoughts and opinions on our mazes, terror tram, scare zone, show, everything for Halloween Horror Nights 2016 Hollywood. But before I get into this video, please, as always, show your support, like the video if you like it, comment what you think of the lineup, and subscribe if you want to keep up with further videos. I still have a few more coming out. I've got one video as per request by my friend Lauren. She commented on my last video that she was famous. So now, Lauren, here's your shout out again. Lauren requested a video for newbies with general info about Halloween Horror Nights, so I'm going to be doing that video probably sometime next week, as well as I have a video talking about some pretty awesome news that I got a couple weeks ago that will affect my life in the future, and it will possibly have an effect on my channel. So I want to update you guys on that and kind of tell you what it's going to do to my channel. And follow my social media at HHNFan13 on Twitter and at HorrorNightsFan13 on Instagram. Both of those I will follow you back on just as a thank you for supporting my channel. And I'm going to shut my rambling and get into my opinions. So, our lineup. Get my handy dandy notebook. The hype is real. So, just general over the lineup, this is the best lineup I've ever seen. And this is my 5th year going, so out of the 5 years I've been, or out of the 4 years I've been before this, year number 5 I really think is going to be the best year, and possibly the best year John has ever done of Halloween Horror Nights. So, without further ado, let's get into what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to go through all of the mazes and share my opinions on them. I'm going to go through the terror tram, share my opinion on that, scare zone's opinion on that, show opinion on that, and then I will give you my list of anticipation in terms of the mazes. So, let's get into it. Our first maze that I'm going to be talking about is Halloween, Hell Comes to Haddonfield. Now, I've expressed it many times. Halloween, Michael Myers Comes Home is my favorite maze I have ever seen at Halloween Horror Nights. It's probably the best maze I have seen to date. It's really good. I know a lot of people say it doesn't stack up to the '09 original. I wouldn't know. I have no frame of reference from the '09 original to the 2015 one. I don't care really about that. The 2015 one was amazing in my opinion. So having the sequel, I feel like it's going to be really good. The Jurassic Park queue has always housed really strong mazes. So I have high hopes for it. I'm excited to see John Murdy's cameo in the maze as well. But other than that, I'm just excited to have Halloween back for a second year. So, the next maze, moving on to, is Freddy vs. Jason. This is probably one of my top 3 that I'm excited for. I'm very excited for Freddy vs. Jason. I wanted it last year when Orlando got it, but we didn't get it. So this year, we got it, and the way John's going with it, I really feel like it's going to be really good. The facade already looks amazing. John says that the work inside of the maze looks really good. I love the multiple endings aspect of it, where sometimes Freddy kills Jason, other times Jason kills Freddy. That's going to be really cool. I'm a huge fan of Nightmare on Elm Street. Not as huge of a fan as Friday the 13th, but either way, seeing them both in one maze together is really going to be great. And we haven't had them at the event since 2010, I believe. So, their first time back in 6 or so years. It's going to be really awesome. And moving on to the next maze, that would be The Exorcist. The scariest movie of all time. The only horror movie that still freaks me out. Every morning I wake up to the tubular bells from The Exorcist, and it scares the crap out of me. So I'm just awake like that. Like, instantly just, whoa, I'm up. Alright, but I'm really excited for The Exorcist, but I'm also really scared for it. Besides the aspect that I'm really scared of the movie, I really feel like this maze is hit or miss. It could be the best maze we've ever seen, ever created, and do the movie 100% justice, or it could be like Evil Dead in 2013, where it's kind of really bad animatronics. I'm really hoping that because this is The Exorcist, that they're really going to put in a lot of work to it, rather than just, you know what, it's Evil Dead. I really am excited for this maze. Moving on to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Blood Brothers. Now, I've told this story several times on here, but my first year attending Halloween Horror Nights was 2012. The last maze I ever did was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Saw is the Law. And I did not even complete the maze. I quit halfway through. I was so scared. I know a lot of people said Saws the Law is horrible in comparison to Back in Business. Well, that's probably the case. I've seen some videos of Back in the Business, and holy crap, it looks really good. But Saws the Law, think about it. It was a last-minute replacement, so for what they did, it was really, really, really good. And now having an original take on it, that's going to be even better. I'm excited to see the original take, and I hope that this maze gets me to the level of fear that I had in the Saws the Law. And moving right along to Krampus, which is on the Metro sets. I don't know why I've given this location rather than the other ones, but actually, wait, no, I do. The Metro sets have typically housed some of the best mazes I've seen, specifically that venue. Crimson Peak was absolutely beautiful, and The Walking Dead in 2013 was probably the best Walking Dead maze I've ever seen. Just my opinion, but 2013 was probably the best one. So, I'm excited to see Krampus in the venue. Everything that John has said about it, I'm really excited for. I love the movie. This is probably the maze that I am the most excited for. The Exorcist is probably my most anticipated, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Moving right along to American Horror Story. I'm not a huge fan of American Horror Story, so this is just kind of really low for me. I'm kind of indifferent about it. It's like, yay, American Horror Story. I know fans have wanted it for a while. I like the idea that it's kind of going to be like 3 mazes in one, because each season is so different from the other, so it'll probably be start off with Murder House, and then kind of a Blackwall transition to Freak Show, and then Blackwall transition to Hotel. I don't really know yet. I'll see it when we go. I'm kind of indifferent on it. Our next maze is the Walking Dead attraction. As I've said before, I've seen the video for it, and I'm just excited to see how John amps it up for Halloween Horror Nights. So, ooh, sorry, I'm still kind of recovering from being sick. The next thing is Eli Roth presents Terror Tram. I'm very excited for this. Hostel is one of those horror movies that makes me cringe and because it's the torture horror movies that get me. It's kind of messed up to me, but Eli Roth is pretty genius in what he's done. My dad's first year attending Halloween Horror Nights was 2011, and he saw the Hostel maze, and he said it was really, really good. So I'm excited to see what Eli Roth brings to the table with Hollywood Harry, as well as all of the original characters that are going to be in the Terror Tram, such as clowns, mimes, freaks. And it looks like they're going to be doing something different up at the War of the Worlds set. There's a lot of storage crates up there, so who knows what we'll see up there in the next coming weeks. Halloween Horror Nights is only a little more than a week away, so wow. Next would be, how do I feel about all the scare zones? Well, all the scare zones being the Purge, at first I was kind of like, I hate this idea. I want original scare zones, especially because someone had spread a rumor that there was going to be a scare zone based on the Universal monsters, so it was going to be a classic monster scare zone. I really wanted that, but all the Purge, at first I was totally opposed to it. People were like, no, it's going to be roaming hordes like Orlando in 2013. And I was like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Then John explained it, and I was totally fine with it. I liked New York Street for the Purge, which is our entrance scare zone. The Scare Zone Gauntlet, I am very excited to see how they pull that off. And I like the fact that it continues all the way from the walk to the Metro sets and into the Metro sets. And having a park-wide Purge takeover feels a little bit more immersive, so I'm pretty excited to have that. And now the final thing, how do I feel about the show? Well, it's the Jabberwockies. The show was pretty cool last year. I'm going to say I enjoyed it. I liked seeing it. It didn't really fit Halloween Horror Nights for me. I know a lot of people are saying it's not horror related. Well, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but neither was Bill and Ted. Even though Bill and Ted is a classic, I never saw Bill and Ted at Halloween Horror Nights, so I kind of didn't really care about the whole matter. So the Jabberwockies, to me, it's just a crowd eater and sometimes a time consumer. I'll go and see the show just for the sake of seeing the show. And that's pretty much it. Wait, there's one thing I have to share my opinion on, and you guys probably know how I feel about this. No VIP. I'm pissed. I'm salty. I don't like that they're not doing VIP again. This is such an amazing year that I feel like they should offer VIP so that you can get multiple run-throughs of everything, especially with Freddy vs. Jason. That maze requires multiple run-throughs so you can see the multiple endings. And there's nothing we can do about it, clearly. So, VIP is gone, I guess. The least they could have done is make Front of the Line unlimited, like they did at the HHN After Party last year. Unlimited Front of the Line. Ooh, so nice. It was so nice to be able to just relax and take my time and do everything. And I hate one-time Front of the Line. I have to wait in line the other times. I don't like it. It's not fun. I want to be able to... I want to shut up, actually. Cut me off about ranting about VIP. I'm done. So, let's go to my order of anticipation. Anticipation. Up at the top is The Exorcist. Second, Krampus. Third, Freddy vs. Jason. Fourth, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Blood Brothers. Fifth, Halloween Hell Comes to Haddonfield. Sixth, The Walking Dead attraction. And seventh, American Horror Story. That's everything. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.